Well, hello, everyone. Oh, I didn't mean to show this right away, but you guys can see it. Look, there's a website up for Nelo Life. Isn't it lovely? Doesn't it tell you so very much? They're having their global pre-launch. Maybe that's something that, come on, Chaloop, come up here. That there's another organization that should have thought of maybe putting up something like that. And today I heard one of the jolly people talking and saying something about it's in beta and, basically we only have one opportunity for this launch, blah, 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 blah. It's like you've already had this thing launched twice. And the last time it was launched on September 1st of 2023, that was to the public. But somehow we're walking back on that, and it's just all pretend. If we just get out our magic eraser, it never happened, which I always think is comical. Hello, Sam. Thank you very much for joining. It's nice to see you here. Never too early or late for a drink. You are correct on that, sweetheart. Hey, sweet goth, thank you so much for joining. And I'm so excited that you are going to be, in part of that conference with me. That's going to be fun. Magical Neb, it's good to see you. A 5-year countdown would be too transparent, right? Oh my gosh, could you imagine? That would have been funny. Beta testing, sure, I'd buy that, says Joe. Joe, thank you for being here, sweetheart. I just love ya. Oh, and there's Tiny Dinger Diapers joined. Goodness. Wow. You're just really branching out. Insulin Violet, and so nice to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And so same, bleh, can't talk. Same with you, Sherry. Good to see ya. So very nice to see you guys. And I hope you've had a really good day. And, that you're looking forward to the weekend and all that kind of stuff. I've got the Bubby Wumpkins up here. Chalupa was somewhere which I didn't want him to be, and I didn't have time to go and investigate. Where are you going, child? Oh, he's doing that up and down thing. No, sir. No, sir. Chalupa, hang on a minute, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. Because he's trying to go somewhere that I don't want him to go. And he thinks he's being, slick, but his ass needs another greasing. That's for sure. Let me go check. What are you doing? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to go? All right. Okay. For some reason, Chalupa thinks that he can create his own Scooby snacks, if you're following me. And it's quite disgusting. So I looked in the bathroom and I have a little pee pad in there and there was a Scooby snack. So he was just so excited about getting to the Scooby snack. And I had just taken them outside too. Yes, we walked with Papa, didn't we? Didn't we, Miss Girl? Yeah, you're my sweet girl. You're my sweet girl. There you go. There you go. All right. CD, thank you for joining. Good to see you. Move over, baby girl, because I've got to be able to get to things. What's everyone drinking? Right now, all I have is a cherry Coke. I thought I brought something else. Hey, Beth, thank you so much. And you know how I love them. Damn pink hands waving. You have an energy drink. Good for you. Hey, Next Level. Thank you for hopping on. I appreciate it. Very true about not being in that particular organization. And Sweet Goth is drinking tea. I was thinking of getting a tea, but I just didn't have time for it. and it's a scam. Why are there so many scams out there? You know, that is so true. It's like, I swear, every time you blink, boom, there's another. Before I came on, I was in a meeting earlier and we were talking about what we're going to be covering in this year's conference. So it was quite interesting. And I think it will be really, really good. And I think that it's going in a really good direction. Okay, you're just going to find a way to sit on me, aren't you, little girl? Okay. Okay. There we go. Tea is for chilling and coffee is extra sarcasm fuel. I don't think you need any kind of extra sarcasm fuel at all, because you've got something good sarcasm, which I absolutely love. And, you know, I will say, I'm not at a point where I can reveal to you guys what I have, up my sleeve, what's being planned. But, we're getting a little bit closer, is, all I can say about that. So tonight we're going to be looking at this Nelo Life again. Hey, Ricardo, thank you for popping on. Glad to see you. Chalupa, did you think you were going to go in there again? I swear he thinks he is just like so very slick. And he's not that slick at all. But he tries. He tries to be. Today, one of my strikes disappeared as the 10 days is over now. Yeah, I have both of mine have the timer, the ticka. So happy for you, Beth. And, that's what I'm doing, is like I'm waiting for that to happen too. And I will say that my attorney did mention how this same person had put 2 strikes on me within under 30 days. And I think when somebody does that and it's false, they like lose their access to YouTube or something. Am I right on that? I may not be quite remembering it correctly. So if anybody knows, let me know. And next level, you know what? Here's the thing. I think they have so many other things to worry about that, following us, not so sure about that. Critical thinker, I have made everything private right now because of their shenanigans. But don't worry about it. I have a plan. And so what I can say is you got to keep your eye on my community tab. And that's where I'll be, putting anything when I'm going to stream. But these streams will not be available for replay. Has he who must not be named gone radio silent again? Well, as far as I know, it's not like he's appeared anywhere. There is, I guess, a person who sits in a brown chair claims to be in contact with said person, but I'm not really sure about all that. Yeah, and Beth made hers private as well. Yeah, because we're just doing that because of, we don't want to have to deal with their bullshit. So if we leave and we cannot come back, well, if you come back and the stream has ended, it won't be here. Just so you know. I mean, you probably did it, Sam, probably after it ended. And then when it ended, I just, had made it private. Oh, Louisiana Swamp says, yes, he said he's talking to the man. I really think that there's some other trouble in paradise, that's just my guess. There's some trouble in paradise. And there's other things to be worried about is kind of what I'm guessing, But don't worry, they have, the amigos out there doing a tap dance, And you will write fanfic about that person going fishing with another person. Okay. You're welcome, Sam. And that's just how it is right now. And I hope you guys can understand that. And I'm also, because I mean, I've had people individually approach me, and I'm not going to continue to, answer things individually because I just don't have time to do that. I mean, I would love to, but it's just like it takes too much out of me to continue to say the same thing over and over and over again. And so where you'll find the information will be on my community tab. And there may be some, it may be cloaked. And so you'll have to, read between those lines. And I hate saying that, but it's just with things going on. That's just what I'm doing right now. Oh my gosh, there are people that are getting into this scam. It is just bizarre. So we are going to be, okay, little girl, I've got to use this. Exactly. That's what my community tab will be used for. It will be like the communication device of like putting things out there. And I did put something out there today. I put out a poll to see what people thought was going on. So let me go look at the poll because I haven't looked at it in a bit. Let's see. So if you have not responded to the poll, this is what I put. Well, I put something longer about I'll be, streaming. But okay, I'll just read to you what I put there. I'll be streaming at some point today. Please keep your eyes on my community tab. I've alluded to something that is coming. It's extremely exciting, and I'm bursting to tell you. Alas, I cannot. Not yet. I seriously feel like a kid on Christmas morning. I want to see what you guys think it is. So here's a poll. If you have something else in mind you think it is, drop it in the comments. Hugs to all. So here are the choices that I gave. Appearing on the H3 podcast. 10% said that. Consultant for a docuseries. 52%. Think that. Starring in a reality show. 10%. Book accepted by publisher. 24%. And 5% said retiring from YouTube. Well, I will tell you, I'm not retiring from YouTube, but there are things going on. That's just pretty much all I can say at the moment. And I know it sucks, and I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Right? Shit is getting real out in the streets. Yep, pretty much. That would be interesting to see if it is attached to it. You just voted, Sherry. Thank you very much. And there's some things also going on with the Nagic, I mean, and Beth said, Nelo Life is born from the ashes of Transact Card and Finmore. The anti-MLM subreddit says, and that's the truth. Yeah, it is. That's where it came from. So yeah, things are getting real. All right. So now that I've shown you that, I have something else that I am going to be sharing with you as well. And, we're just going to check it out together. And that is Oz wrote about this on March 20th. So just 2 days ago. So I thought, well, you know what? Let's just check out what Oz has to say. Because, one of the things that I'm not concerned about is like, let's look at another comp plan and let's talk about the comp plan. I mean, we can kind of look at things at a high level, but I'm not going to sit here and do calculations because over time, there will be plenty of the income calculators and country analysis sheets over on my site, as well as other things will be appearing there. So this says, Nelo Life Review, Finmore promoters launch pyramid scheme. Despite actively marketing for signups, Nelo Life fails to provide ownership or executive information on its website. Wow, there's another company I know that fails to provide ownership or anything about executive, information, no information about anyone. That's just ever so interesting. At time of publication, which you have just seen this too, Nelo Life's website displays a global pre-launch countdown timer. Which, how many of you think this is absolutely ridiculous to put this damn timer there because I think it is hilarious. It's like, oh, really? So is this supposed to get people all kinds of excited about it? And I think, oh, I can get in during the pre-launch. Oh my gosh, keep my eyes on this. It's going to be so exciting. I just think it's stupid. I just really think Joe thinks it's stupid too. Yeah, right. No products, sign me up. Isn't that great? Yeah. Join a company that has no products, or join a company that maybe has a product or some free products that are crappy, and another product that, you can't even buy, or sometimes you can. And sometimes only with crypto. I mean, it's just kind of impossible to really be able to tell, you know, all of that. CD says, according to this person, auto ships are bad, which is why that company that must not be named is the best scam out there. And you know what? They don't have an auto ship, but they do have a requirement of something that you need to buy, even if it's quarterly, it could be monthly. So that whole argument to me is null and void. Right? At least they spelled global correctly. So there you go. So they're doing better than some. All right, let me pop on over what else I want to show you. Because oh yeah, I am showing it to you. Geez, I'm just like losing it. I'm losing it, guys. 41 days from today puts Nelo Life's launch on around April 29th, 2024, which we will definitely be watching that because I'm expecting it to be a bit cray-cray. And I'm going to wonder, if it actually will happen or not, because there are other people who do the type of reporting that Beth and I do that are making videos about this, or podcasts and things. So it's not like just us. Other people have noticed this too. So I find that incredibly interesting. So I think, like, with all of us being vocal about it, that can have an impact for it to lose some steam and possibly to make some Huns really upset with us. How dare us, talk about it? Well, that's what we do. When there is a company that we find that's problematic, we open our mouths and we talk about it. When readers first began contacting me about Nelo Life a few days ago, former Transact Card and Finmore promoter Scott Kufis was cited as owner of the company. And that's that video that we saw the other day. And I do love how Transact Card was down on the bottom. That's just so lovely. I suppose this made sense at the time, seeing as Kufis is pretty much the face of Nelo Life promotion. A reader got in touch yesterday to advise that Nelo Life was in fact owned by Nick Sorensen, Eric Allen, and Larry Lane. Supposedly, their initials is what make up the company name Nelo Life. Oh gosh, gag. I'm not sure if there's a fourth O initial owner, or whether the O is just to round out NEL. Well, or it could go for something else, like another company. I just couldn't help myself with that. In any event, while this fits, I haven't seen any concrete evidence of Nelo Life company ownership join the club, Oz, nor have I. Nelo Life's first major red flag is company owners hiding from consumers. Oh, wow. Just like another company that we've discussed ad nauseum, that the SEC, has filed a claim and then has an amended claim on. You guys know who I'm talking about. Update 20th of March 2024. While I was putting this review together, this was posted to Nelo Life's official Twitter account. So here we go on March 21st, Nelo Life VIP introduction. Oh my gosh, NeloLife.tv. Oh, I'm going to have to look at that. Nick Sorensen, Eric Allen, Larry Lane, and they're all co-founders. Okay, let me just see if I can pull this up. Salsa, you need to put your head down, my love. Nelo Life. Neolife.tv. I had not looked at any of this closely. Cancel that. I'm having an issue here. Oh, that would have taken me to a Zoom call. Interesting. So this is not actually when you put in neolife.tv, it goes to a Zoom. Well, isn't that special? Well, isn't that special? Do you guys remember that, church lady? Isn't that special? In the absence of anyone else emerging as the owner or owners of Nelo Life, it's worth noting Nick Sorensen is a former Transact Card / Venmo promoter. Click to enlarge. Okay, can we enlarge this? Oh, we can. There we go. So there he is. Nick, are you guys seeing this when I click to enlarge it? Are you seeing it? Yeah, okay, just making sure. Which, by the way, guys, I ordered something so that on my laptop I will have two screens, because it drives me crazy going back and forth checking to see what you guys can see and stuff. That link was broken for you when you tried it. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I just went to a Zoom for me, which I also find interesting. What can I say? All of the, oh, goodness, child, little girl. Little girl. Okay, I want this to go away. Do I do escape? No. Salsa. Dang it. It's like I need it to go away. I close it. It's hard for me maneuvering because of Miss Salsa being in my lap. I'm going to have to go back over there to the... Okay, Salsa, I'm so sorry, baby. I've got to move you. I've got to fully move you. I can't be in my lap. I'm so sorry. I feel guilty. But she'll get over it, right? She will get over it. Okay. And let me do this all over again. And we're down there, and we had made this bigger. Okay. Eric Allen is a former Transact Card Venmo promoter. You know, is it just me, or do these, and I'm just going to say bozos, that's just what, I mean, because they're just clowns to me at this point. Don't they always seem to have that like same look to them? Or is it just me? Let me remove myself from down there. But they always do seem to have, you know, that same kind of smarmy look, in my opinion. You know? Oh, gosh, Sweet Goth, I know you're going to have lots of fun with them. I know it, and I love you for it. I noticed the cautious name, too. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, let me go and look at those names. Let me go to where it is. So we have, oh my gosh, so we have this person, Scott, who looks, I mean, what kind of a bro bot is that? It looks like a total bro bot. And then some dude named Ed, Mark, Chris, which, I mean, those look like they could be members of that other one that we've talked so very much about. Cautious, whatever in the hell that is. And Zaya. And what is this? I mean, is that like some kind of magical crown she has on? Is that all about like what, you know, having the law of attraction, so you're attracting every damn thing to yourself? What the hell is that? Or is that her hands? What is that? Because that's just weird looking. Getting in position for the launch. And Larry Lane is a former Transact Card / Venmo promoter. So everybody just left there and was like, yeah, we're going to promote something else because we're creating something new. Transact Card was an effective reboot of Richard Smith's collapsed R network scheme. After Transact Card predictably collapsed last month, Venmo was unveiled as a hastily put together reboot. Shocker. Venmo, while still around, predictably collapsed even faster than Transact Card did, as per a YouTube video put out by Troy Dooley yesterday. Oh, that might be interesting to look at. Ooh. Now, do I still have the other one? Are you guys still seeing it? What are you guys seeing? Okay. So if I move this, oh, I think I have another one that I'm showing you guys. I'm sorry, because every time I click on something, then it changes something. Okay. All right. So we might look at that video by Troy Dooley. Would you like to look at that? Would you like to see what Troy has to say? Because that might be kind of interesting. Zaha is doing her yoga. I like that. Okay, let me go over here and read some more of this. Okay. At 1:55, they started to flounder very early on. They weren't able to deliver. They hyped up the opportunity. It got really weird, to be quite honest. 3:32, why did they fire the compliance team? They actually knew what was going on. Why did they get rid of the second compliance team? Maybe we should just look at all of that. So I'm just going to kind of move down because I want to look at that with you. Considering Finmore only launched about a month ago and a month and a half ago, one would have to assume Nelo Life's pre-launch is equally as hasty. And when I'm thinking it being hasty, I'm thinking it's going to be pretty sloppy overall. Nelo Life's website domain, neolife.com, was privately registered on March 5th, about a month after Finmore was revealed. Wow, that was also around the time or very close to it when things started happening to myself and Beth and some others. As always, if an MLM company is not openly upfront about who is running or owns it, think long and hard about joining and or handing over any money. And I'm just going to say, because so many of these companies say that we're not MLM, so I'm just going to say any company that's inviting you to join it or it's being promoted in some way, but the website doesn't say who owns it, and there's no way to find out, and they don't have a section that is talking about the C-suite, all those executives, you should be really cautious and just run the hell away. And right now, Nelo Life's products, there are none. Affiliates are only able to promote Nelo Life affiliate membership. And that's they pay $55 a month. Commissions are paid when they recruit others who do the same. Wow, sounds familiar. Bundled with the Nelo Life affiliate membership is access to an educational video library and discount travel platform. Wow, that sounds very much like OneCoin stuff, because everything was like all this educational crap, which always is just that crap. Recruitment commissions is $25. And then there's this unified recruitment bonus, blah, 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 residual income. There's a matrix, blah, 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 matching bonus, blah, 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 blah. Recruit, recruit, recruit. You get money for recruiting. You get money for recruiting. Nelo Life is a rather obvious attempt to pillage what's left of Transact Card / Finmore for short-term gain. There's not much to Nelo Life with no retail offering under FTC guidelines. It's a straight-up pyramid scheme. Why Nelo Life? Why now? Wow. Even with a retail offering, ooh, yeah. Nelo Life has until the end of the month to unofficially respond to this review and make changes. These tend to be pseudo-compliance with respect to subscription offerings. What it comes down to is whether the majority of subscription holders are also participating in the business opportunity. Think about that other organization that, we talk about so much. Who do you think has those subscriptions? Do you think it's people who are not part of it or people who are part of it? I'm going with, yeah, I think it's people who are part of it. I don't think there's other people who are going, yeah, sign me on up for that jank. Right now, they absolutely are, because 100% of Nelo Life signups are affiliates. And a retail offering was added after publication of this review. This is unlikely to change due to paying $55 a month for an education library, video library, and discount travel platform making no sense. Masterclass, which Neo Life compares itself to in official marketing, charges $15 a month for full access. Discount travel rates are so abundant across the internet, it's not even worth getting into. As it stands, there's a push to recruit as many people who lost money into Transact Card / Venmo into Neo Life. After that, relatively small pool of U.S. residents has been exploited. The plan is then to offset those losses by exploiting developing countries. All that Scott Kufis explained, as quoted from a recent Neo Life marketing webinar. When I first saw this and heard, I thought this. I thought, hallelujah, because I personally was building a business here in the United States. And like most people, they're building most of their businesses here in the US. I didn't have a way to make money worldwide, and I was looking like I need to leverage my worldwide contacts. I love to travel. I just got back from Thailand and Dubai. And here's what I learned, and I want you to learn this if you weren't aware. As I traveled to Thailand recently and Dubai and had a chance to talk with leaders from many companies and all sorts of industries that are janky and in other lands, I realized really quickly that I was thinking so small. Because as I started talking to some of these leaders, they're like, man, have you heard of this company? It's 500 million. I'm like, no. Have you heard of this company? 800 million. No. This company just did 1.4 billion in the last 18 months. I'm like, what? This company at 1.2 billion in the last 36 months. Companies I've never heard of all over the planet. They're like, yeah, they're not in America. They're not even operating there. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, the legal system, just the challenges of the government, it's just not worth their time. So they just go all over the planet because you have 1 billion people in India. They have 1 billion people in Indonesia. They have 1 billion people in China, 500 million people in Europe, 500 million people in Africa, and all these places. So the world market, the 8 billion people, they're all looking for opportunity. America has about 300 million people, but there's about 30 to 50 million people looking for something every day to enhance their lives. But the global planet, boy, we can all tap into that. That's what we're all looking for. Oh, that is just disgusting. Is it just me? Is it just me? Oh my gosh, let me see what you're saying over here. You guys, yeah, you do want to watch it. And yeah, we need to look at it for comedy, okay? No products, no commissions, no problem. And she's like, pyramid. I've seen this before. Bullshit, says Joe. Is it the just like Costco membership model? Just one person who wears the tiny dinger diapers. Okay, calm down, pit bull. Am I the pit bull? Was I the pit bull? I don't know. Yeah, they're operating Dubai and Thailand because they're scams, right? Right? Thailand legal weaver, foodie beauty, right? Foodie will probably be joining this next because, I mean, she's still part of whatever that other one that she joined. And I talked about very shortly. I didn't do very much on it. And Amber Lynn had done Octavia, and then, Foodie is doing some other one. 8 billion people are looking for a scam. Global planet on my flat Earth. How many people are looking for every day? But oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, you know what? We just learned so much, and we will be looking at that. We will be looking at that video. That Scott Kufas sees Nelo Life as a vehicle to evade U.S. regulatory compliance. Should set off alarm bells. Whoa, think about that with something else we've been talking about too. Don't you think? But too late. Alarm bells already went off. As with all MLM pyramid schemes, once affiliate recruitment dries up, so too will commissions. This will see those at the bottom of Nelo Life's pyramid scheme stop paying $55 a month. When this happens, those who recruited them also stop getting paid unless new suckers are found from developing countries. If Kufas is to be believed, eventually they too stop paying $55 a month. Once enough Nelo Life affiliates stop paying that amount a month, an irreversible collapse is triggered. What you know and do next, take action. You've seen this play out twice now with Transact Card and Venmo. The only people who make money in pyramid schemes are those like Scott Kufas, Nick Sorensen, Eric Allen, and Larry Lane, who benefit from the lion's share of recruiting. Ding, 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 ding. Math guarantees the majority of participants in pyramid schemes like Nelo Life lose money. Ding, 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 ding. And if you feel bad about losing money yourself or recruiting others into Transact Card / Venmo only for them to lose money, imagine pushing that situation onto unsuspecting Nelo Life recruits. See Nelo Life for what it is and do better. Yeah, I think we can do better. I think we can. I think we can. Yep, I hate it when they do that too. Like, oh my gosh, there's so many that do hit the Philippines, and I have a lot of coworkers in there. And that's one of the thing, and something that I am creating where I work is something that other workplaces will be able to create also, which is something that will be able to help people identify things. So, I mean, that's separate for the thing that's coming that I'm being very, hush hush about. And I'm not fully telling you about this other thing either. And it's for a reason. All of it's for a reason. But just so you know, there are things coming. Things are coming. All right. Now I'm going to share my screen, and here's this dude they were talking about. Okay. Are we this is not very long, so are you ready to hear from this dude? Let's do it.
Well, is this the end of Transact Card and Venmo? That is the question I've been asking myself all weekend long after I was on some private Zooms and watched some private videos that have been going around. And I think that's the question that a lot of people have been asking now for several months at least. I hope to cover that in this video and more. It's Troy Dooley, the Beachside CEO. Hope you guys are having a great start of your week. It's here on the island. It's beautiful. I'm at my favorite little spot, Cafe 180 here on the Emerald Coast. And it's a quiet morning. We are only at 40% capacity here on the island versus about 75 like last week. But I want to dig into the past, the present, and the future of Venmo, Transact Card, whatever we want to call them. We've been covering this now for close to a year, I believe, maybe a little less than that.
Okay, I find that really funny, like whatever you want to call that. I mean, are you just going to tell them that it's now turning into a third company? And I will say, like, why would you say like where you were? I mean, I think that's like really just stupid.
And when I look at it, if we look at their past, it's been
And I will say this is a public video that is available. This person is a public figure. So there's nothing about privacy or any of that. They're all public figures.
An uphill battle. The original founders of Transact had colorful backgrounds. They'd had a lot of tech failures and successes, but they had continued to try to do something without much success. But they thought one last time, let's go about this. And Peter Rancy, who seems to be the financial money behind this, outside of what they take in from other people, he had a mission to take on the banking industry. And that's what really piqued my curiosity, because I remember one of
right there. That is so funny. The banking industry. Haven't we heard somebody else talk about like basically they're going to create their own bank? And basically they're taking on the banking industry and they're going to do it better because, you know, there's just all this corruption and they're to correct the corruption and all this bullshit.
my mentors, Art Williams, took on the life insurance industry. The difference is Art had a personal reason for doing it. I'm not sure that Peter does, or especially any of those people around him did. So they started to flounder very early on. They weren't able to deliver. They hyped up the opportunity. They talked about how you could be a franchise. And
sir, that's what every single organization that's set up like this, that's what they do. It's always hype. 24/7, 365. Hype, hype, hype. Hype and more hype. And if you don't have enough hype, if it starts kind of waning, we're going to give you some more hype. That's keeping people, you know, in believing with all of the hype. Fuckers.
In a banking, a non-banking, it got really weird, to be quite honest. And people were out there saying, well, we're selling a banking franchise for $495. And then it was called a digital bank owner.
What?
And then it was called digital
brand. What? We're selling a banking franchise? Oh, that really sounds legit. A banking franchise? Have people lost their fucking minds?
Branch office, all the marketing, not necessarily from the company. I want to be very clear about this, but this is the stuff that was going on. And sure enough, real quickly, banks and financial institutions started to distance themselves. And then I felt very good because they brought in a fintech compliance team to clean up everything. And very quickly, I think the fintech team realized, well,
okay, to clean up everything. I'm sorry. That was just funny. They're going to clean it all. Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. I'm sorry. That was comedy gold.
Well, if we're going to do this, it's going to cost a lot of money because we've got to do KYC on this database because there's been several databases poured into one and there's not fresh KYC. Some of it didn't have KYC at all. It was a cluster, which made me wonder, well, who was in the background guiding these folks? Who was
not having KYC? Wow. I know of an organization where there's a bunch of people and there's not any KYC. There hasn't been any KYC. I don't think there ever will be, quite frankly.
Supposed to be the legal person that was telling them what to do from the inside out, and how ignorant to the laws were they. And I don't mean they're stupid, don't get me wrong, but a lot of times legal eagles are good at one thing, they're not good at everything. And I thought, man, there's just been a cluster here. You know, why did they Why did they fire the compliance team that actually knew what was going on? Why did they get rid of the second compliance team? Why did they get rid of some of their executives that actually knew the network marketing business? So it was just a chaos. But yet I still believed, based on conversations I had with inside people, that, hey, this is a big mission. It's a mission that takes time.
Good Lord, a big mission and it takes time. Where have we heard that? It's just so comical how on repeat these same type of things are, what you hear in one place, it's like, up, you definitely hear it over here. Up, you hear it again. You hear it in Live Good. You hear it in that, company whose name shall not be mentioned. I just find it so comical. It's like, how is it they keep saying the same shit in all of these organizations? Come up with something original, for fuck's sake. But I guess they just can't. They just, have the same playbook. And they're like, here's the playbook. Yep, this is what we do.
It's a technology play, so definitely there's going to be hiccups. And then they brought in one of my dear friends and someone that I work closely with, Brent Standing, is the CTO, and he was putting a team of people together that were smart, and they were going to do something. And then all of a sudden that fell apart, and we went from Transact Card closing down but supposedly honoring refunds to Finmore with one of my other friends, Malin Campbell, coming in with one of her people to try to clean the ship up, and it's just on to where it brings us.
I'm going to say I have never, ever, ever seen it work out where there's one company and then there is some sort of a change and now somebody else is in charge, so to speak, and they're going to, they're going to help you out. I've never seen it go well. And I've never seen those people who thought that they were going to receive help, maybe they were going to get payouts and stuff that were owed to them. It never happens. I've never seen it work out for the people who bought into it. They're always left with an empty bucket of hope.
It's now to the present where executives have left. And then this weekend, I was given the privilege of being on some private Zooms, and I was sent some private videos of people saying we're done, we're leaving. We believe that maybe if the company has long enough runway, they will succeed, but we need to put money in people's pockets. We made promises that have not been delivered. And then I found out that there's refunds that haven't been paid back, even though they were told refunds would be paid. And that's a problem right there. If somebody has stopped believing in you, if somebody says, I just want my money back, then you should not have spent all the money. You should be able to give them their money back. That's just the right thing to do. Because if you hurt enough people and you take from enough people, then they will find an attorney and they will file a class action lawsuit, or they'll go to regulators. And
I will say, the companies who will not be mentioned, I do think some people should get together and file, a class action. I think they have grounds for that. But, that's the thing. I think that's why Mr. Man doesn't want people to, be talking to each other and be looking up things in the internet or anything. You're not allowed to discuss any of that stuff. You just have to keep on being positive and positive. But I do hope that some people will break off and be like, okay, maybe in secret, and that's to be expected, to like report to regulators and then to, file a class action.
And it's all because somebody's dreams didn't get fulfilled. And sometimes it is the executive, sometimes it's the financiers, but this is part of life. You have to have a contingency plan to make this work. So where do I think the future is going to be? That's the key. Where is Finmore? What is the potential? They're going to need deep pockets, is what they're going to need to have the long runway that they're going to need now that people have started to exit the business. And maybe maybe these folks are only going to exit the income opportunity side of this. Maybe they'll continue on as members and be paying whatever the membership fee is. Maybe eventually debit cards from a bank will get to be delivered. Maybe this new program where any credit card will work, and maybe that will be exciting enough for them to make it happen. I don't know. That's the problem with trying to figure out the future. What you do know is that it's going to.
Yeah, that is a problem, trying to figure out the future, because nobody can really see it, you know? I guess when you're anointed and you are considered godlike, they think that you can, but, you know, typically that's not the case. It's generally a lie that you're told.
Take a lot of money. It's going to take a long runway to make this work, because this company doesn't have any proprietary technology, if you will. They've got to rely on third-party people. They got to rely on banks. They got to rely on processors. They've got to rely on crypto. They got to rely on a third-party education company, third-party travel portals, whatever it is. It's all third-party. So really, the company is just a marketing technology platform, if you will, for lack of a better word. So we've got to find this out. They're going to have to make sure that their data is fully KYC before any financial institution is really going to do long-term business with them. So the question is, will they do KYC, or is this database just full of people that wanted to make a quick buck? I don't know that. But obviously, based on past, we know that the KYC hasn't worked fully, because lots of people have quit, lots of people have left, lots of people did not do KYC. They've got to stop spinning the story. They've got to be willing to go forward and say, this is where we fell short. This was our hiccups. This is the strategy where we thought we had it down, but we didn't. This is what makes giant companies successful, whether they're.
But that's the thing, is that some of these companies, they create something, shut it down, create something else, shut it down, create something else. I mean, it's like, it's an ongoing search to try to make it look like it's a good thing. But people lose faith in you when that keeps happening. So, I mean, he sounds very pro, very pro whatever this is, in terms of, Finmore and Transact Card. And then I guess Nelo Life. He sounds like he's in the thick of it, and he thinks it's just like a fabulous opportunity. What do you guys think? Tell me.
Southwest Airlines, Disney, Microsoft, Apple, it doesn't matter. Tylenol, when a company flounders, when there's a problem, you don't try to spin it. You don't try to cover it up. None of that. If there's a communication marketing person telling them that, then they're lying to them. Okay, then that person really doesn't know what they're talking about, because we live in a post-trust era where you have to be honest, you have to be straightforward. They're going to have financial institutions who will do business with them. They're going to have to be able to build that trust, or in some cases, build trust back. I've said in the past, before I close.
That's the thing. You start losing the trust. People do not believe you after a while. I mean, Mark Lalonde, I think he is one that's facing that. And I'm really hoping to be able to cover him some more, because I know some things that he's been in, and it's just like he pumps everything up, and he has some loyal people, but I am hoping over time they're like, oh, fuck this shit, because they're never seeing anything of what they're promised. Because, people can promise you anything. It's actually following through and providing what they said that they would give to you, because you gave them money for whatever it is that you joined. And if it's not there, then you're losing trust. And these people are they join these things not because they're like, I just want the product. They're looking to make bank. We all know that. People do not join MLMs because they're like, yeah, I just really love this fragrance, you know. I love this coffee. Oh my gosh, this tea. It's so yummy. You just got to try it. This dress, isn't it divine? I've got about 50 of them at my house. I can sell some to you. Just come on over and I'm going to do a live. You can try things on. It's going to be so much fun. Have you seen these socks? These socks are amazing. Oh my gosh. I've got these sanitary pads, and I'm not kidding you. There is an MLM, and I've covered it, that is about sanitary pads. Oh, and I've even done one that's about like funeral too. So I mean, literally, these companies will create an MLM about anything. I just want to say, shut the hell up, dude. But we're going to continue, right? Yeah, we are.
And I'll say it again. I see the vision that was here by Peter Rancy is one that's it's big. You're wanting to bring banking to the underbanked or the non-banked, if you will. You want to give them the same opportunity that middle America or the affluent America has, and then maybe to the whole world. I can commend them on that. Art Williams had that passion when he launched A.L. Williams and took on the insurance industry. But here's what he had. He had life insurance companies that said, this is a war worth fighting, and we're willing to go to battle with you. You could be like Legal Shield, who was the prepaid legal at the time. They took on the legal industry, but they had attorneys that were willing to fight with them to say, yes, we need to make legal services available for middle America. We got to be able to do this. That works. You could be an EXP Realty who says, look, we're going to stop making the broker the hero. We're going to.
Oh my gosh. Legal Shield and EXP. Oh, and I've met some real estate agents that are EXPs when I was looking for like some funky little apartments in different places over the years. And I remember that's what they were. And I'm like, oh, good gravy. And I mean, I rented an apartment from them because like I needed an apartment and they just happened to be showing it that they had their little sign out. I doubt they really made any money or anything. And I feel bad for them. I just know they were screwed somehow. And this whole Legal Shield thing, that kind of frightens me. Got to make it, you know, for middle class Americans. There is probably something where you got to pay a monthly fee for. And if you're not using it, then, you know, what can I say? And you know what? Many people who work for a company, they usually have some sort of employee service thing that you can like get a little bit of help with that. And then sometimes they do offer also as one of the benefits that you can sign up to get the legal benefit too, in addition to this other thing. So, I mean, I just love how they like to just pick on anything and just make people scared and that they've got the answer. By the way, I've got some toenail clippers I can sell you. I mean, just literally anything.
We're going to make the agents the hero. And you go out there and you take on and you flip an industry upside down. All of this is possible. The question is it probable? I don't know that. So if you're going to stay with Finmore and transact, buckle under, be prepared, take time, focus. Don't expect it all to happen overnight, because it won't happen overnight. There's no way at all. My professional belief is that if they do not pay back legitimate refunds that are needed to pay back, if Peter Rancy doesn't have probably $3 to $5 million to really put into this and do it right, if he doesn't have strategic partners that are willing to come alongside of them and do this right, then this company will become one of many hundreds of thousands maybe that had great ideas and never finished. You know, I don't have a problem with the tension. Tension is good. It's like a rubber band. Rubber band only works if there's tension. But the problem is when the tension goes too far, there's a breaking point, and then it's useless for everyone. So you figure out where you need to be. You figure out what you need to do. As for me, I believe that this company right here has potential, but it's going to take a lot more than what they've done so far. And looking at the last year or so, I would say they need a whole brand new focus, a whole brand new vision, a whole brand new outlook to make this work. They will not be able to do it with the old team. They will not be able to do it with the old philosophy. They will not be able to do it with their old marketing. They have to be willing to say, look, we're willing to do things the way we need to do it in a post-trust era in order to win the confidence and the loyalty of those people that we're trying to serve. Stay dangerous, stay strong, and if you're a Main Street entrepreneur, act like it.
Oh my gosh, a mainstream entrepreneur. I haven't heard that one before. Have you guys ever heard that one? Because that was just like, that was really interesting. Main Street entrepreneur. Main Street entrepreneur. That's just funny right there to me. I mean, this guy really seems, oh my gosh. Okay, Troy Dooley. I'm going to have to remember this guy. I'm going to have to go over there and look at some stuff. Oh my gosh. You know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I see him with the Live Good stuff. Jeez, Mose. Man, okay, this just might be fun to look at some of his stuff because I just am going like, no, it just gets worse. All right, now I have another surprise for you that was sent to me. So let me present it to you. Here we go. Am I off to the side? Yes, I'm off to the side. Okay, I'm going to remove myself from this one. Are you guys ready for this? Who's ready? I haven't seen it. It's very short, but I think we're going to all enjoy it.
Ahoy, mateys. Pink Plankton here with your week in review. As you know, our God-fearing brother Chrissy was not available for our regularly scheduled weekly Gap Fest since he was busy shark shooting in the wild seas with his family. After Brother Dorney asked our sage, His Highness Ashley Mufarts, if we should still have a session, we decided to save ourselves and you guys from listening to hours of repetitive babbling. I wonder if Ashley Mufarts made the decision solo, or if he had to escalate that to our super sage, His Primo Highness Muck-Handed Kimley. I guess we'll never know. Anyway, with that out of the way, I am going to give you 168 hours in review. It sure was a busy week here, wasn't it? We got our first peek at the work our amazing tech team has been borrowing, yeah, let's go with borrowing, from ByteDance. That's right. I'm talking about virtual backgrounds. It's something no other service has offered for years, and it's totally not a horrible version of it. It's super cool to all us non-techie old farts. It's truly incredible. We don't know what real high-tech looks like, right? And can you believe we've only had to pay twice out of pocket to beta test this amazing 2018 technology? It's truly a gift from above. We also got another new website. Incredible. Can you believe it? I was taken aback by how beautiful the refresh is. It's got grays, blues, whites. Really professional. This one really speaks to our target market of anybody without a brain or ability to do their research. Our amazing media and design team has really outdone themselves once again. I don't know how they do it. It's amazing, the colors, the typed stuff, the blurry worry when you scroll. Truly incredible. I nearly sharted my sailor shorts when I saw it bright and early on Monday. Now, some people may have noticed on the site we've reduced the office count by 1, so now we only have 6,918 offices across the globe. And by globe I mean a small region that includes our premier, flagship, world record-breaking office at the top of the UEA, no that's not right, the AUE, damn it. I mean the EAU. Yeah, that sounds about right. We've only had 2 years to learn how to say 3 letters in the correct sequence. Anyway, yeah, so 1 just vanished. We've been told our rented shared office space is so massive it just wasn't possible to squeeze it into the tiny space of one website. Once our 77th data center is open, probably in the next 281 days, we'll finally have the technology to squeeze that thing back in. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. Anyway, I hope you caught Brother Dorney live earlier today with his buddies Bike Bellies and Man Pavement. Boy, it was an information-packed session full of earth-shattering tales and lore. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, you should. It's on my heavily monetized channel and the 533,000 other channels we use to spam the tubes. If you noticed, we held a few webinars from our amazing product this week here on the tubes. They were truly incredible. The color, the clarity, the random cut-off faces. It's really incredible a company can produce something like this and charge for it. I mean, I can't believe we've only paid twice for this stuff. That's definitely 2 times too many. Dang it. Moonshine Monday came early. I meant we should thank Brother Ashley Mufarts for allowing us the privilege of ONLY paying twice for this amazing tech. Again, go watch some of them on the tubes. Just ignore the live ones where you can only listen to the host and not hear anyone else. Truly revolutionary tech, folks. It's truly a blessing being forced to listen to only one person repeat the same 10 lines for the millionth time. Anyway, that's it from me, folks. I know you count on me to bring you the latest, the greatest, and I feel I've done that yet again. If you want to help a brother out, be sure to join my Crumpet Clutch. A few bucks from you suckers really helps me more than you'll ever know. Oh, and to those asking about the apples. Enough. They are coming. Super swearsies. Okay, I'm off to some canal snorkeling. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, take it easy, take it smooth, and whatever you do, don't move. Ta-ta for now.
Oh my gosh, that was so cute and so funny. And Insulin Violet, I'm sorry, but there'll be no replay of this stream. There's no replays of any of my streams right now. Doesn't mean that they're gone. It's just like there's just not going to be any replays right now. Just keeping it like that because of, how things are. And I think tomorrow we're going to look at the other thing that I wanted to share with you guys. But I'm a bit tired now because I was in a meeting about an hour or over an hour before you guys and everything. And so what can I say? I've had a long day and a long week. So I'm sure I'll be back over the weekend, and we'll figure out some things together and what to do and have a good time. I want to say thank you to everyone who participated in the chat. I so appreciate each and every one of you so very much. And to anybody lurking, I appreciate you too. And I can't appreciate the replay crew. I am so sorry because there's no replay, but I can appreciate anyone who was in the catch-up crew. Whoop, whoop. So there you go for you. And don't forget, you're beautiful and I love you. Until next time, have a good one, everyone. Mwah! Bye now.